Hello and welcome to Spartan Sports Report. I'm Justin Allegri. San Jose State football is 0-1 following the opening loss 42-22 to South Florida Bulls, the 19th ranked team in the country. We'll recap that game with San Jose State head coach Brent Brennan. We'll also preview the upcoming home game against the Cal Poly Mustangs this Saturday inside CEFCU Stadium. Plus, we'll look at the new golf facility here on South Campus. All that coming up in a few moments. But first, let's head back to some highlights. Wings of Blue landing at CEFCU Stadium before Coach Brennan takes the field for the first time as a head coach here in San Jose. Got things going really well, too. Josh Love announced as the starter. He connects to Justin Holmes here for 32 yards to get the Spartans back into the red zone, already up 3-0. On 3rd and 6th from the 10, Bailey Gaither, he receives the first catch of a big night for him. The touchdown made it 10-0 San Jose State, and they were off to the races in the first quarter. Spartan defense also setting the tempo early on. Here's Trayvon Bieria getting to Quentin Flowers, the quarterback for USF, stringing him out to the right side and stopping him for a loss. It was also Frank Ginda and company with the defense. He sniffs out the run game and strings out Dearness Johnson, their leading rusher, and Frank Ginda, the linebacking core, really did have a nice first quarter. Then it was Gaither striking again, this time on special teams. Blocks the kick. It was picked up by Dakari Monroe of the Spartan special team. He runs it down the near sideline, also getting a block from Gaither, and takes it to the 6-yard line. Very next play, well, Love goes back to that sophomore wide receiver for a 6-yard score, making it 16-0 San Jose State after the missed point after. Second quarter, though, it would be much different for San Jose State, and it would start with USF firing on all cylinders. This one, a score to Darnell Solomon, a 24-yard touchdown run. Then the first of an interception from Josh Love, kind of tipped up into the air and grabbed by the defense. After the second interception from Josh Love, it's Flowers dropping back and throwing a dime, 49 yards to Temi Alaka, and it would be the second score of the game for the Bulls. Montel Aaron would get in later in the game. He would hit Josh Oliver. Those two had a nice connection late in the fourth quarter. Then threw a touchdown pass to Justin Holmes, part of 6 receptions for him. But it would not be enough for the Spartans. They fall at home to the 19th ranked South Florida Bulls, 42-22 the final score. It was a big night for Bailey Gaither, 100 yards receiving, 6 receptions overall, and 2 scores. Bailey, who only had just 4 receptions all of last year, but he had 6 in this game. And also not seen in the highlights, Ethan Aguayo, he had a career-high 14 tackles in the game for San Jose State. We'll take our first break here on Spartan Sports Report. When we come back, we'll take a look at the new golf facility here on South Campus after this.
Honoring all-around excellence in men's and women's collegiate competition. Every division, every sport, the Learfield Directors Cup. The prestigious award continues its reign as the crowning achievement in college athletics. To follow your favorite team, like us on Facebook, find us online and on Twitter. The Learfield Directors Cup.
Welcome back here on Spartan Sports Report. Well, if you've walked around South Campus recently, you've noticed the new golf facility here at San Jose State. Now let's hear from the 2 head coaches for the Spartans, John Dormann and John Kennaday, about this new facility.
Welcome to the Spartan Golf Complex. We have approximately 15 acres here of pristine grass. The tees that we have a main tee and a player's tee right now. On the far east side of the tee, we have mounds for practicing your uneven lies and off-camber lies, so you can work any aspect of your game throughout. From the back of our tee, it's 365 yards to the bottom of the 70-foot fence at the back of our range.
This facility offers our players the ability to practice pretty much any type of golf shot they want, any time of day, any day of the week, which is something we've never had in the history of our program. from short game to putting, bunker shots, drivers. We even have a mounded area to the right of our tee where we can practice hitting shots off side hill, downhill lies, fairway bunkers. We can do it all out here. And I think that's what's going to set this facility apart from anything else in the area.
In phase 2, we will actually be adding another tee and practice green at the very back of the driving range on the north end, so that we'll have two sides to hit from. We have 3 target greens with bunkers for a total, I believe, of 10 bunkers on the facility. We have a short game area that we're standing on right now, right next to the 2 putting greens. We have 2 8,500 square foot putting greens. The chipping green itself is another 8,500 square feet with 2 bunkers and Pebble Beach sand in the bunkers. It's quite nice that we're able to basically replicate or provide any shot practice that you could ever possibly want out here.
I think this facility, is on par with the top collegiate facilities in the country, whether it be Stanford or a Michigan. It's right up there, as good, if not better. I think the uniqueness of this facility is its location right in the heart of San Jose, one of the largest cities in the country, and to get this project completed here in this location at this time is just amazing.
So what we've done now is complete phase 1 of a 2-phase project. Phase 1 was basically the site and the grass. In phase 2, we'll build the north tee and practice green and bunker on the north side. On the west side, we'll actually build a complete maintenance facility to house all of our amazing equipment to keep it so pristine. We'll have a clubhouse, and right now the clubhouse is designed to be about 13,500 square feet, which will include a lounge, a team room, locker rooms, coaches' offices, and a gym, about a 4,000 square foot gym, alongside 6 large hitting bays in which instructors and team members can work out of and provide lessons at the highest level.
And this facility gives us, maybe an ace in the hole as far as recruiting the top players worldwide. If somebody is serious about becoming an LPGA Tour player, this facility will certainly open their eyes to San Jose State.
The primary, without a doubt, person behind this is Mr. Rich Thawley and his son-in-law, Trevor Thompson. Rich and Cindy Thawley have been our alums of our glorious institution, and they have been absolutely amazing in pushing and funding this project coming on through. We've had numerous friends help out, not the least of which are longtime golf supporters, Don and Sally Lucas, and Lee and Diane Brandenburg, Chuck Davidson, just to name a few.
I look for this facility to have a large impact on the community, and especially the community of San Jose State Athletics. I think it's step 1, to our South Campus revitalization program, where we've kind of got the ball rolling with this facility. I think we show the community that San Jose State and our athletic department can put together a first-class facility.
All right, we'll step aside here on Spartan Sports Report. When we come back, we'll talk with San Jose State football head coach Brent Brennan after this.
The 2017 Nissan Altima and the new 2017 Nissan Rogue. Cars that could help stop when you don't. Take on the unexpected. Nissan Rogue and Altima with available intelligent safety shield technologies. Get to Nissan, proud partner of the San Jose State Spartans.
Honoring all-around excellence in men's and women's collegiate competition. Every division, every sport, the Learfield Directors' Cup. The prestigious award continues its reign as the crowning achievement in college athletics. To follow your favorite team, like us on Facebook, find us online and on Twitter. the Learfield Directors Cup.
Welcome back here on Spartan Sports Report. We're now joined by San Jose State head coach Brent Brennan. And Coach, we talked last week about the unknown heading into week number 1, and now you get to see your team on the field for the first time against a top-tier opponent that it was USF. But what did you feel the performance was like for San Jose State?
You know, I thought the kids played hard. I was really encouraged by our effort. I felt like we came out hot and made some plays early and kind of, got into the game and got some confidence. And then, a couple turnovers and a couple mistakes here and there. And then all of a sudden, the second quarter wasn't anything like we wanted it to be. And we lost some of our energy and momentum. But, I give the players credit. They kept fighting. I thought throughout the game our defense played really hard. I thought the offense played really hard. The South Florida team was a talented team, physical up front. So that was a good test for our offensive line. And especially with the next 3-4 opponents we have. So that was a good battle for them. But, it's when you don't get the result you wanted, it doesn't feel good. And so now it's back to the drawing board. And we had a good day yesterday, film and review, and then we had a good practice this morning. So we're anxious to put that one to bed and move on to Cal Poly.
Well, I'm glad you brought up the offensive line, though, because to me that was one of the more impressive performances. You got a top 25 defense coming into San Jose State. You guys threw the ball 50 times, 50 different passing plays, and only 1 sack. They were protecting the quarterback really, really well.
I thought those guys did a good job. They played extremely hard, and there's always a little bit of a learning process because the scheme is new.
Yeah.
And I felt like our first time for Spartan speed being on display, I think we had 88 plays, which is a lot more than maybe you get out of traditional pro style scheme. So there was also some learning for our O-line, for everybody, just in terms of the tempo and the pace. And I felt like when we got fatigued a little bit, we lost some of our pace, which hurt us. But I'm encouraged with the play of those guys. If we'll play hard, we got a chance every week.
Sure. Well, Coach, Josh Love was the starting quarterback. That was the question coming into the week. We also got to see Montel Aaron in this game. Talk about, first and foremost, the performance of Josh Love and what you saw from both quarterbacks in this game.
Yeah, I mean, to say it was the question of the week, you did probably the question of the last
year,
9 months that I've been on the job. But, I thought they both did some good things. When you look at Josh's stat line, you're going to see the 3 interceptions. But, 2 of them were not his fault. They're both tip balls. One of them should have been caught. The other one, the route could have been cleaner.
Yeah.
There's always more to the story when there's a turnover in terms of how it occurred or who's to blame. But I also thought Josh made some really nice throws. The 2 touchdown throws to Bailey Gaither were big time, thrown with great timing and in a good place where no one else could play him. And he also moved the team well. So I was excited about Josh. I think he'd like to have the deep ball back that he threw to Jeremy Kelly, but I think Jeremy kind of got tied up with the DB a little bit, and kind of that slowed down some of his speed. And then Jeremy just needs to make a play on it so that he can either catch it or knock it away and not have it lead to that third interception. But those interceptions were crucial, and obviously that's where the tide turned.
Yeah. Well, and it's difficult to get another quarterback some reps, so probably good that Montel Aaron got some reps in this game.
Absolutely.
Whether it be down the future where you need him in a tight situation, but talk about maybe playing 2 guys and what the process is moving forward for the quarterback position.
Well, I think that's the interesting part is I would say we're definitely going to play 2 guys in this game. Maybe 3. We're going to keep giving those guys opportunities until one of them establishes them as the clear cut choice for that job. And the only way to do that is in the games, and it's a little bit hard because you're kind of working through it and everybody wants us to have that one guy. Sure. But we got to put the guy out there that gives us the best chance to win. And so, Montel got in there on Saturday night, did some good stuff, ran around, made a nice throw to Bailey. Also, hit a clean deep ball on a freeze play, which was really great. And so, I think there's always some of that with everybody wants to know who's going to be the guy, who's going to be the man, but we got to let that thing play out. Those kids have all worked extremely hard, and they all want to be the guy. And so, that it's a little bit hard on Josh when you're playing against a team that's as good and as athletic and as mature as the South Florida team is, because it's his second start and stuff's moving fast and it's a new scheme, and he's kind of trying to settle in too. So I think we saw some good things and some not so good things from both guys.
Sure. To be expected, though.
Yeah, and it's a learning process, and we'll keep digging into it, and Coach Gunnarson's doing a great job coaching those guys. So we'll keep moving in the right direction, and hopefully we can find a guy that will take it over and make it his own.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about defensively in this game. I know maybe some of the stats kind of skew the performance of the defense in this game, but several good individual performances, and then also I thought the defensive line played pretty well for the Spartans.
No, I would agree. I think with some of the ineffectiveness of our offense, that led to more snaps for the defense, right? So the defense had to defend 100 snaps in the game, and that's a lot in any game. And so when you have that, you're going to have some numbers can get out of whack a little bit, but I thought they stopped them 13 times. They got them to punt that many times, I think, and so that's pretty impressive. It doesn't matter what game you're playing, and there were some moments there that early in the third quarter, it's a 2-score game, and our defense shuts them down. Kicking game does a nice job, gives us field position at the 50-yard line, and we jump offside, and that puts us now at 1st and 15, and now you're behind the sticks, and so now you're trying to battle back and come up with a play call. Like 1st and 15, what do you want to call? Call anything.
Yeah.
But
it was interesting, too, because I thought that the defense dictated the tempo, the offense, and it dictated the energy that the Spartans had in that game.
No, absolutely. Those guys, I think, if you look at the team, I thought the linebackers, Frank Ginda and Ethan Aguayo played really well. I thought we got some really good effort from our guys up front.
Yeah.
Coach Samala is doing a great job with that. And I thought, it was good because you saw the kids having fun. The kids were playing. They dug in. There's always those little things through the course of a game that kind of go your way or don't, and you're always trying to figure out how your team handles it. How do they respond? And I thought they responded really well.
All right, we'll take a quick break here with Coach Brennan. Talk Cal Poly when we come back on Spartan Sports Report.
The 2017 Nissan Altima and the new 2017 Nissan Rogue. Cars that could help stop when you don't. Take on the unexpected. Nissan Rogue and Altima with available intelligent safety shield technologies. Get to Nissan, proud partner of the San Jose State Spartans.
Welcome back here on Spartan Sports Report. We continue to talk with San Jose State head coach Brent Brennan as we preview now Cal Poly coming into town, and obviously an FCS opponent, but not one to take lightly. This is a triple option team, and whenever you play a triple option team, it seems like there's always that level of complexity.
No doubt. Just what they run is really hard to stop, and I think over the years you've seen them have incredible success versus Division I opponents. I know when I was there, we beat UTEP the following year. They took Wisconsin to double OT, and they beat San Diego State twice. Even my experience at Oregon State, 1 year we lost to a really good Eastern Washington team. 1 year we lost to Sacramento State. So there's always that. When you play those teams, they're fired up to play, and you got to make sure that you manage that your intensity matches theirs. And Cal Poly, Tim Walsh does an incredible job at that program, always has. He's won everywhere he's been, and he's continued that at Cal Poly over the last 8 or 9 years. And so I have tremendous respect for them and their staff. They've got good players. I told our team today, I'm like, hey, I coached in the Pac-12 for 6 years. I coached at Cal Poly for 4. I coached the same amount of NFL receivers at Cal Poly as I did in the NFL.
Yeah.
They have good players.
Yeah, well, and when you look at a triple option team, is that something you touch on over the course of fall camp, especially since you play week 2? Yeah. Do you work on that progressively more and more and more so you get a little used to it?
Absolutely, and actually we even did some in spring. So we worked that into our practice schedule during spring practice and during fall camp, just because it is unique and you don't see it very often. And so and the challenge of it is that the game controls possessions, controls the game clock, and then the rushing yardage and kind of the toll that takes the physicality on your team. So it's obviously a huge point of emphasis with us, and Coach Odom and his staff will have a great plan. And we'll be ready to go.
Yeah. It seems always it's about discipline with the triple option team for the defense.
right.
It doesn't matter who the fullback, the running back, the quarterback is. Those are all interchangeable for a triple option team, but it's always about the defense, huh?
No doubt. It's really hard for the defense. It's such a different. Your normal keys, your normal clues are all changed, and they've got a great fullback. Their quarterback's a really good player. He's got a live arm. He can run. And then they got a slot back who's really talented too.
Yeah.
So they've got a lot of veteran kids coming back on their team and on both sides of the ball. But so it presents a real challenge.
Well, and it's back-to-back games against two run-style offenses, two obviously very different run-style offenses. So defensive line, this is a tough back-to-back for them.
No doubt, and it's going to continue that way. So it's good. We might as well get used to it.
Well, Coach, you briefly mentioned the offense with the pass game. It's always a triple option team that tries to surprise you with the pass game, right? They'll run, and then all of a sudden they'll whip out a quick play action. So talk about the secondary and maybe the defense that has to, and the discipline that has to play back there.
I mean, against those triple option teams, because so often you're depending on guys in your secondary to be part of the run support and the run fits. And the challenge of it is they got to be very disciplined with their eyes. I think one of the good things or comforting things for me is that we have a veteran secondary, and they have played against option teams before. They had to play against Air Force. They've had to play against New Mexico. So they have some experience seeing that type of stuff. But it's always a challenge for them because they are asked to, fit in the, run game and run support. But then they have to be disciplined enough with their eyes where that they can still cover people when it is some sort of play action or play fake.
It's such a physical style of game too, isn't it? You just hope that nobody gets rolled up and injured in the game like this.
Yeah, no question. And that's always a challenge because it's just some of the schemes are blocked differently than they are in a pro style or a spread scheme. So, obviously that's a big, thing for us, making sure that we're hydrated and strong and ready to go.
Well, Coach, we didn't ask you on the first segment, but it was your first game as a head coach. You were calling all the timeouts, making all the big decisions. Did you learn anything in your first game as the head coach, and how does it change from week 1 to week 2?
I think it's the biggest thing. What I learned is that it's still football, and it's still the game that I love. It's still the job I want to do. And even though I have a little bit different responsibility on game day than I'm used to, it was really fun. It was an awesome day. I thought we had a good crowd. The students were great. Running on the field with them was really fun. I had a lot of family here, mom, uncle, brother, my wife and kids were here. It was just a really special day that way. Just the worst part was that we didn't play well enough to win the game. But you're always learning as you go as a coach anyway. I mean, it's one of those professions where you're just always pushing yourself to learn more, a different way to do it, a better way to do it. I'm constantly talking to people about how do they do their pregame, how are you feeding your kids, how are you taking care of your team, and just what are you guys doing on this or that. So it's always a work in progress, but it was fun on Saturday. I was asking a lot of questions of the officials, and they were helping. They were explaining stuff to me because they were real questions. And if you read the instant replay book, it reads like a legal, document.
Got to call up your lawyer and have them decipher it.
Yeah. So there's some things in there. I'm like, what the heck are we talking
Article
about?
Article 4, Section A.
Yes, exactly that.
Yeah.
So I was asking the officials about that. I'm like, hey, now can I challenge this? But it was good. It was a great experience, and I'm hoping, just like I'm hoping for my football team, that I can get better each week as we go.
All right, Spartans' second game of the season at home this Saturday against Cal Poly. 4:30 kickoff here from Sefq Stadium. We'd love to see you out. That's the head coach, Brent Brennan. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks for having me.
More on Spartan Sports Report after this.
Honoring all-around excellence in men's and women's collegiate competition. Every division, every sport, the Learfield Directors Cup. The prestigious award continues its reign as the crowning achievement in college athletics. To follow your favorite team, like us on Facebook, find us online and on Twitter. the Learfield Directors Cup.
Welcome back here on Spartan Sports Report. That does it for this week's episode. Once again, San Jose State football back here at home inside CEFCU Stadium against Cal Poly Mustangs this Saturday, September 2nd. Kickoff from CEFCU Stadium, 4:30, with the pregame show beginning on 1590 AM KLIV and the Spartan Radio Network at 4 o'clock. Tickets are available at 408-924-7589 or sjsuspartans.com. That does it for us, though, this week. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.